So here's a quick clip from this morning's workout. I just wanted to take a nice time lapse so you can see what I was doing. And I was doing some squats and then some mobility. When I'm lying on my front, I'm actually kind of working on my hips with the ball. And then I moved on to some sumo deadlifts, and this was a lower body workout. And I'm just building the weight up here, so I'm kind of safely building it up, putting my belt on and off. I like to use a belt to support my back and stay safe, so that's my workout for this morning. Oh, and I did leg extensions, leg curls, and calf raises after that.
So this is an incredible lunch. I'm really excited to eat it. I've got some wild salmon fillets. So you see they're quite red. That's partly what I put on it. But wild salmon is great because wild salmon doesn't have a lot of the I was going to say like an American antibiotics. Wild salmon, you can kind of tell because it has a very red color when you're buying it in the supermarket or whatever. And it has very thin, almost imperceptible like white lines between the kind of orange bits. Whereas if you notice on normal salmon, the pinky orange bits are separated by big fat white stripes. And that generally means the fish is very fatty and it's had a lot of antibiotics. So avoid that if you can. Obviously it's more expensive, but this wild salmon is delicious. I've got 2 wild salmon steaks because I haven't eaten, and it is Friday the 15th at 4, no, I got that wrong, 2:25 p.m. and this is the first meal I'm eating. Got some green beans for my greens, a nice large portion, some avocado because this was quite low in fat, so it's low fat wild salmon, and then I've got my basmati rice as always because basmati rice is almost like it's 1 or 2 points off the GI scale of brown rice, and that's why people think brown rice is so great because it's low GI. And basmati rice, in my opinion, tastes like 10, 20 times better than brown rice. And I kind of digest it better because it doesn't have those husks. Brown rice can have husks on it that you don't process very well. So that's what I've got. And this salmon has got this amazing honey grilled soy sauce sauce on it. I don't know how else to call it. I grilled it in chopped up ginger, chopped up garlic, soy sauce, and a little bit of honey, and it tastes insanely good. Like, it blows my mind every time. It's that good. I'll put the recipe in the description box below just to help you out. It's a train it gain recipe, and then I've got this. So I use the ginger, like the ginger offcuts, in a teapot to make a ginger tea to go with it. So I'm going to enjoy all this and watch a bit of YouTube. I've been working all morning after my gym session that I showed you at the beginning. And then I've got a bit more work to crack on with, and I'm going to kind of try and chill out this evening because it's been a big week. Trinity is sold out, sold a lot more spaces than I expected very fast, and that's great, but I'm tired out, so I'm going to try and chill out this evening. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll keep you posted. So you're joining me here. Whoa, voice is a bit fucked up. Joining me here in my bed where the magic happens, as they say in cribs. This is not where the magic's happening right now, but this is what I'm doing this evening. Not the most exciting thing, but got my journal, got my Kindle, and I'm reading a book that I've planned to kind of study for the next 90 days and need to study a chapter every week to stay on top of it, called The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, and I'm behind. I'm supposed to do it on Wednesday evenings, but this week's just been crazy busy, so I'm doing it now, Friday evening. What a party animal. But anyway, what I wanted to do is just read you this very short passage from it, and don't go, oh, he's reading the passage. Oh, like some weird preacher. It's a really powerful book, and I just want to share this with you. You might like it, you might not. But this is a quote, and it says, how many of us have sold ourselves out in order to I'll start again. How many of us have sold ourselves out in order to be good, or to be liked, or to be accepted? Most of us were raised to believe that people have good qualities and bad qualities. And in order to be accepted, we had to get rid of our bad qualities or at least hide them. So this is pretty profound to me, and I've just been taking some notes on it because although I've read this kind of briefly before, this really struck me again and reminded me that we're all kind of guilty of this, and I'm still really struggling with this, that kind of have to hide. Well, I don't have to, but I've kind of been hiding parts of my personality, especially in different situations, to be liked or to be accepted. And it's very stressful having to change who you are all the time, but we're kind of led to believe this because we're brought up to be good, and there's bad and good, and this thing's good and this thing's bad, and this thing you need to do or say to be accepted, and this thing you shouldn't say. Like, some people believe you shouldn't swear, some people believe this, some people believe that, but over time you build up all these rules in your head, that aren't really rules, but you just kind of have been forced them into your head, especially at a young age, forced them to believe these things over time, or maybe not even forced, but like they've just worn you down, or they're become ingrained in your mind just because you've heard them so many times without even thinking about it. And when you're kind of a baby, you don't know what good or bad is. You don't know anything. You're just in the moment. You might poo your pants. Um, you might throw your food on the floor, but you might just be laughing. You might just be tottering around trying to walk. But you don't have these things. You don't have the stress of trying to put on the right facade for the right situation. You just are who you are. And then as you grow up, you kind of get taught all these things. And at school, someone might say something to you, or you might get bullied, or people might say, "Oh, that's gay," or "That's stupid," or "Don't be an idiot," or "Why do you think that's so weird?" And over time, you just start thinking, "I shouldn't say that. I won't do that because that's this and that's bad." And you build up all these things until kind of you're in your 20s, like I am, and you just have this way of behaving that's not really all of who you are. It's kind of who you think you should be. So that's kind of why I'm reading this book, to remind myself of this stuff and to kind of remember to be real and present. And that's why I'm also wanting to film this, because I want to kind of share these revelations in these videos, because maybe you can relate to them too, or maybe you haven't even thought about this stuff yet, but maybe they'll open some doors for you. And I want to try and be more real and raw on them, because I kind of get this video voice and video persona that I end up putting on sometimes, and I don't like it. I just want to be me, so I'm kind of being me now, actually. Um, Lying here in my bed with this manly pose, swearing and stuff, because that's kind of how I am. And I'm going to try and stop being like a TV presenter and try and be real, raw, and relevant with you from now on. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm going to spend my evening. And just consider that. How many of your actions are you doing to just be thought of as good, to be liked, or to be accepted, and they're not actually who you are or what you want to be, or they don't get you what you want in your life? So think about that. I'm going to be considering that and just reading on this book tonight, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's vlog.